Greetings and salutations. I'm the Raven, and welcome back to part 2 of the Master Smalls, session 31, 33. Sweet dreams are made of you. So, for a second time in this adventure, the Smalls are on a train. And things are fine, just perfectly fine.
Completely fine.
Perfectly normal train.
Everything is fine.
Exactly. Yuki.
Hmm?
Do you hear the sound of the carriage door opening? It's not yet. Not yet time for Chifos to join you, but it's someone else. Someone that makes you stop in your tracks. Someone you never thought you'd see again. Viola?
Papa?
I thought... My God. It's you. It's really you. The man to do it. And next thing you know, he's dashed over, wrapped his arms around you.
She is hugging him tightly, trying not to cry.
It's been so long. I'm sorry, Viola. I'm sorry. It was the only way. It's the only way to keep you safe.
What do you mean?
Your mother, she had plans. She always did. She loved you, but still. She's still part of them. He cast an accusing gaze at Cyrano.
Excuse me, I'm only half them, thank you very much.
I had to hide you. I had to keep you safe. I am sorry I had to go this far. I'm sorry I had to hide from you for so long.
I don't understand. You're supposed to be dead.
They hired the Silver Fawns to take you. But it turns out they're rather mercenary in their approach, so I offered them a better deal. They didn't take you to where they wanted you to take them. They would keep you safe, and they would make me disappear. It was the only way. If they knew I was alive, they would come for me to get to you. I'm sorry. Just continues to hold you close, just stroking the back of your head. I never wished to leave you alone for so long. It must have been hard. I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry.
She lets go. Because something about this doesn't feel right.
Excuse me, sir, do you know who I am?
Yuki, give me an intelligence roll, please.
Okay.
Her father turns to you and you are like her. You are
23.
okay. I'll just deal with Cyrano first, and we'll get to the
Yes.
results.
Okay.
I see. I can do both. You are one of the bred help the rank and file to do what they could not. You are the Cabot.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, the unfortunately disposable help.
She shoves him off him. You're not my papa. He knew Cyrano. He brought him to our home. What are you?
Okay, for Yuki and Cyrano, is Onimus paying any attention to this? Never mind. He's still unavailable. Give me an intelligence intersave, please.
Int save?
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 19.
I also got a 19.
Missy, it's a little bit perception, but I'll go by the results. Is you can feel something watching you, something drift through the carrots as the image of Yuki's father just disappears, fades away.
Ah, so this is that kind of train ride, is it? Great. Fantastic.
I had a kind of suspicion. I don't remember New Chester having a railway system.
It's fine. Standard demon train procedure. I knew I should have refilled on Snorri's brew. Unfortunately, Snorri's not talking to me ever since I blew up that... Wait, did I have Cyrano blow up the still, or did I have Okusan? I don't remember.
First one, then the other.
Let's go with that. Sure, why not?
Everything explode now.
It's at this point, Chifos arrives, and along with the conductor with him, and his gaze meets with Yuki with a look of deep, deep disapproval.
Whose gaze looks at Yuki with deep disapproval?
The conductor.
Chifros, look out!
I go, thank you, and then run over to Yuki, and I think we are in deep trouble.
We're definitely in deep trouble. This thing is imitating our loved ones.
Oh, good. Yeah, did you notice lights go out earlier?
You didn't notice the lights, but something came up and tried to pretend to be my father.
When lights go out, I think we see who the real people on train are.
For a brief moment, the lights go out again. Again, the sound is still muffled. The carriage rocks. I would like to come back on nothing strange is happening, but the people are still there. The conductor has disappeared. Onimus, even by now, it's simply a case of you could be talking about the joys of sticky toffee foot pudding, and this old lady will be thinking you're talking about the best features of a monkey wrench.
I'm starting to get the impression that this old lady might not be real.
Yuki, do you remember someone with crop red hair and green tunic?
You mean Red?
Uh-huh. You remember him?
How could I not?
I pull the box out of my pocket. You go, he visited me while I was asleep and left this for us to help us stay awake, apparently.
Normally, I wouldn't trust anything Fae related, but in this case, we may have to make an exception.
I think we are surrounded by things worse than what the Fae would do to us right now.
Agreed.
Cyrano, do you know anything about what's going on here?
I'm going to roll 2 separate intelligence checks.
So it's about 2 minds of things.
1. The first one is, have I heard any stories of like some sort of demon nightmare train? Of course, that's the one I do worse on. That is a 11.
Fairy tales. They were a dime a
Okay.
dozen.
Second one, what are trains normally fueled by? Damn it. My dice are trying to kill me. That's an
That would be
8.
common knowledge.
That is an 8.
Even for as dumb as your dice are trying to make you, as Shirot remarks, it is common knowledge that either driven by coal or some kind of magitech.
Or something that will burn, at least.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard fairy tales of monster trains that feed on fear. It's kind of a common story, but I don't recall anything more than that. Yo, mongrel! There's
You know,
food. There's more food that way. Point towards the front of the train. Okay, plant. Yuki, how do you get Okasan to go somewhere you want him
There's
to go?
pudding in front of train. They're claiming it is pudding fit for man.
See, I was gonna have it that Francine was gonna lift him and start carrying him, but that works too.
Well, with any luck, Okasan will start wrecking anything up there that does not resemble pudding.
Ooh, I shall go and help him. And she chases after him, pulling out her maul.
I am so glad you separated those two.
They're off on magical train adventure.
I would say the bard and the rogue have gone off on their own adventure, but they're not bard and rogue. Oh, for the love of God.
The fighter and the fighter have gone off on their own adventure.
Yeah. The stupid, too stupid to live, and the naive willing to learn.
Too stupid to live, too dumb to die.
So, the box.
Just kind of hurry and open it carefully.
You find within the box, laid very delicately and carefully, 4 pins you attach to your clothes as a form of decoration. They look like purple lilies, 6 in total.
I'm sure Francine and Oko-san will be fine. I believe we should take one of these and be prepared to see things we do not wish to see.
Agreed.
I have no idea what this is going to do.
Only way to find out.
Yep.
So, you're putting them on?
Shifrost clips it to his tunic.
Omnius clips one to his.
Yuki clips one to her top.
And Sa makes 4.
When we see other 2 again, we will find way to clip it to them.
For the 4 of you, for those who haven't seen it before, what I've been telling the players who are passing their tests is, out of the windows, there is not the fields of Newchester, but a star field, deep, black, filled with stars, just going by as the train goes forward. And there's an uneasy feeling that now hits you hard. You become fully aware that you are not awake. You are now in a state you can understand as, well, at least for the players anyway, you are now lucid dreaming. Also, let's see. Cyrano, roll me an intelligence save, please.
My dice rolls are getting progressively worse. That is a 6.
That's enough. For a moment, a vision comes back to your head. Just having spoken to Onimus, shortly arriving at Newchester, you run into Onimus again. But he appears to have quickly changed his clothes and now carrying some kind of idol made with some real hair.
I don't think you should be messing with that.
But yeah, that was just a memory. Onimus is now, he's still dressed in the same clothes when you first saw him, as opposed to the second time. Admittedly, you never known Onimus to snarl at you.
A fake Omnius with a hair idol. I'm sure that's not important at all.
And Jiffos, you find a note at the bottom of the box. To truly awake, find the engine room. Solid away. Ellipses. What? You want a riddle? Get on with it.
Well, at least Red is not playing games this time.
It's
Apparently,
fun.
if we want to wake up, we find engine room.
So
All of a sudden-
either Red is behind this, or Red is scared of this. Both of which aren't good.
Mm,
Or Red is just severely entertained by our reactions to everything.
he finds us interesting after all.
It looks
Oh.
like we need to head in direction Okosan sprinted off.
And Francine.
Well,
And make sure I've got the other 2 pins in my pocket.
Mm,
We should hurry, but carefully. And brace yourselves if lights go out.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of dreams.
it's
See, this whole time I've just been hearing the music from the Final Fantasy VI Ghost Train.
Are we gonna suplex it?
We would need Crandall for that.
We have Francine.
Remember what happened to your folk barbarian? I do not entertain that nonsense. So you start to make your way through the carriages. It just seems like you take further, carriage after carriage. You pass numerous folk that look like they came from Newchester. Some even familiar to you from the time you went hunting for Bloodclaw. There's even to the point of, hang on, that is Bloodclaw. He's just hiding behind a menu, just trying to avoid certain members of apparently Okasan's pudding cult are now performing a very quiet rendition of the joys of pudding. But every now and again, you get stopped by one of the passengers. Each time they're convinced you are someone else. Someone important to them, someone they think they lost, or the loved one, who they're just waiting for a day to come back from work, who they lost in some tragic accident. In one case, a more elderly gentleman comes to Yuki and he believes you were the daughter who was taken from him by the Lord of the Harvest some 30 years ago.
I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not them. Good luck with finding them. Noom.
Noom.
I do not wish to be on train when it stops.
Nothing about this is good. Omnius is just fending off people that he owes money to.
Oh yeah. There's Siri, there's half a dozen other the couple that you actually come to know who have haunted you. At one point, there's even Percy of the past, Magnificence encounter, who just taunts you of regretting life choices now. Maybe thinking.
I regret my life choices every time I wake up in the morning.
As we make our way through, I describe the creature that I saw while the lights were out to Cyrano and ask him if it sounds familiar.
Cyrano, give us a con check.
Con check.
Yes.
Con check or con save?
Save.
Okay.
I'll get there eventually.
17.
You managed to contain yourself, but that was Carver.
I'm surprised you forgot what that is. Shifrots.
Look, I have blanked that. I've mostly gotten rid of that through copious amounts of alcohol in my room.
I would like to point out that I have not rolled a single raw dice roll that has been above a 10 this entire time.
And we
It's a
have
complete.
a boss encounter oncoming, which I'm trying to delay for at least 10 minutes.
Uh,
This is the complete opposite of what about Dave?
all of my dice rolls thus far have been like 4, 4, 9, 2, 6, 2.
I've had one good one, but other than that, they've all been single digit.
They've been brilliant to the golf swings. Oh well.
I'm
Friggin'
setting
demon
this
goat.
die 20 to the side and grabbing another one.
Friggin' demon ghosts are possessing my dice.
Chicken paprikash.
Did that dice just say chicken paprikash?
So eventually, after who knows how many carriages, you finally break into what will be for you the last carriage. It is not the ending carriage. It opened out into a huge chamber, far bigger than it should.
Ah, shit, this is the caboose! Guys, we went the wrong way!
And as you turn to
Why does the train have a butt?
as you try to turn to leave, the door is no longer there.
Oh, invisibility hood goes up.
At the end of the room, it's almost like some kind of cathedral display of some warped holy images. That is a mixture of everything you come to know about religion and these images. Even some strange blobby creation, which is sure is some kind of edition of Lord Puddy. And there, floating before this bizarre Eldritch image, is something you never thought you would see. You see Lady Kiki hovering there, splayed out if crucified. Strange, thick tentacles wrap around her, keeping her arms splayed out. She herself forms a cross. She is asleep deeply. And hovering off to the sides of the building, of the room, you find Olka-san and Francine. Both incapacitated the same way. Ah, so you woke up. The conductor remarked, passing through you with two staff members by his side. There's something about them that's off. Almost deformed and malformed are the same bloody thing, but malformed seems more buttered. Their arms seem to be too long, the heads at the wrong angle seem too long, too small, too big.
That staff member is not wearing the proper hat for his station.
Really? That's what you're getting hung up on.
Listen, we see all sorts of creatures of all shapes and sizes every day. But improper hat for your job. No.
All right, boss. Whatever you say.
Ugh. Tell you what, I know you're gonna be trouble. I'll let you go. I'll let the villagers go. I'll let those two, guess especially the bird. He tastes funny.
Musk.
At this point,
Musk.
at the pointed tentacle just wraps around his beak.
Oh.
You get them all back. But the Celestial's mine. She will keep me fed for eternity and beyond. Does not that seem reasonable? You get what you want, I get what I want.
Hmm.
As Shifrost is invisible here, he doesn't know if he's actually being seen. But the first thing he's going to do is sprint over to Francine and Okosan and try to get the pins on them.
If you are seen, he's not giving any sign of it. But it's Francine and Okasan are hovering in the air. So it's a case of you need to fly up to get to them.
Shifrost, a mage hand appears next to you.
And a second one appears at my side. Cantrips are useful things.
Yes, they are. Give one of them to Omnius's mage hand.
Yeah. And then my mage hand grabs the other.
All right, one for Okosan, one for Francine.
The conductor watches as suddenly one of the lilac pens disappears in the air and just flies over to the other small. They're not gonna wake up. I don't know where you got those little trinkets, but they're too deep.
So enlighten me, sir. They're dreaming right now,
Deeply.
and this whole train, it's created of what we're dreaming.
This is my domain, my home.
Mm-hmm. This is your domain, your home, right? But it's impacted by what we're dreaming, right?
I'm curious to see what you're gonna do with this, so I'm gonna say yes.
So many beans. Oh,
Is that it? That was a nice little taste of positive emotions there. Loved it. But the end result was a bit disappointing.
Don't you remember your favorite bag of beans? You should plant some.
While you're doing that, Shifrost, after having put the pin on, casts Major Image, and with Major Image comes sights, smells, sounds, everything to make this the most convincing image known to man of a giant pudding that is exactly the type Oko-san has described so many times right over the conductor's head.
Huh.
No.
Mike knows the enchantments that keeping Francine and Okusan asleep is also what's keeping Lady Kiki asleep.
Mm.
And Celestials don't sleep.
Either do Warforged.
But they're asleep now.
Oh,
Yes, which is a problem.
Mike notes, I'm actually running from from third-party sources, and this is actually a setup boss battle against 4 level 12s. So it's a case of you bring those two in. I want to bring some difficulty to this fight. Because you've been making a mockery of the rest of them. So,
Oh no, Okasan! The man with the pudding is trying to steal your beans! Well, at this point, I'm just trying to see if, like... This is Cyrano not so scientifically seeing if, like, random shit will pop up based on whatever Okasan is dreaming.
wait till we get to a later session. And it's... Nope.
I mean, you know the good thing about lucid dreaming?
The level...
Generally, if you know you're lucid dreaming, you have a lot of control over what happens in there.
Yeah, it's just probably you're playing in someone else's house at the moment.
Yep.
Yep. I did not expect any third-party interference with those damn trinkets. I know you mortals are soft and squishy. You need to wake up now and again to eat and waste. So you would have had that. I have to let you go for just a moment before I set you asleep again. But her, oh her, she's been around for so long. So many memories, so much delicious emotion. I am not going to give her up. So, one last chance. Agree to my terms, or is that the point conductor's John's head just flips back, opening his jaw far wider than it should, to the point it just flips 90 degrees. The sickening sound of flesh tearing, just not in a visually gruesome way, as his throat up against the bulge, and out from it emerges, almost erupting as the skin of the conductor hits the floor, some strange beastie. From some level, it reminds you of Larry the Spectator. But this thing seems more fluid. Where Larry just you could feel was floating around. This thing, these tendrils are longer. It almost seems to be swimming through the air. Its eye, its lone eye, the pupils split 4 ways, like a goat's, but more 4 ways. Its eye surrounded by spikes jutting outwards. And on each end of its tentacle is a small beady eye.
Okay, so we go.
Okay, well,
Connection chose an awful time to nosedive.
yes, it did.
Mm.
And suddenly someone's phone starts going off. What the fuck's a phone? Who knows? But
Somebody's dreaming about it.
yes, how dare they?
Does anyone taste copper?
And on this, since we reached the boss bottle, time to call this to a close for now. So next time, be good, be well, and sleep well. Later, folks.
Sleeple's over there.
You can't see him though.
Exactly.
Say bye.
Say bye.
Here, everyone.
Later.
Say bye.